Well, look, a bitterly disappointing result today. We never quite seemed to get going, did we?
Full credit to Southport, I've got to be honest. I'll have a look at my team selection, didn't get it right today. Made a couple of changes in terms of personnel, and yeah, I've got to hold my hands up on that. I don't think that I made the right decision on the selection. And come away from home against a team that are probably fighting for their lives in terms of their National North status, and I felt that they were by far the best team across the park. I thought Jack Sampson, I believe, who's just signed a new deal with him until 2020, he was unreal and unplayable at times. I felt that he played superbly, led the line unbelievably. But look, in the FA Cup, I said it, form guy goes out the window, and basics. We went a Solihull the week before and were organised, well drilled, didn't even look like conceding. They could have put another 90 minutes on the clock and we would have gone out there without no goals against. And tonight, I felt that we looked lacklustre in them areas. I felt that defensively we weren't great. Like I said, team shape, team selection weren't good enough. So I hold my hands up on that. But fundamentally, we were out of the FA Cup and we wanted a run in that. And we felt that we could potentially, with the Southport draw, have an opportunity to progress. And today we weren't nowhere near good enough, but that was purely because of Southport performance more than us not turning up.
Today Southport seemed incredibly well organised and well drilled, and you said you expected a tough game, and that's certainly what they provided, isn't it?
Yeah, you got Dion Charles, who's was at File in their promotions. Then when they got a move into the league, and I felt he was fantastic today. Richards was superb. Morgan, the skipper, Dave Morgan, who got man of the match quite rightly. I felt that he ran a game of football. I said to Liam Watson at the start, I don't see how they're at their position when I've watched the last 5 games. They've delivered in terms of performances and gone and got the results, and fair play to them. They've gone and bullied us today. I felt that, like I said, I felt Sampson was a man mountain. I felt my 3 centre-halves probably helped in getting him a move, I've got to be honest. I felt that we didn't really hurt him, affect him in any way, shape or form with our defensive duties. And yeah, look, there's not any excuse on my part. We were nowhere near good enough today. We didn't do the basics, didn't do anything in terms of the habits, and like I said, I hold my hands up in terms of the team selection. And for me, it's probably cost us, and I look at that, and on Monday night it probably hurt me the most when I see the ball come out, and if they pluck a Sunderland away, I'll be gutted.
You talk about team selection, but they're all players who have performed in recent weeks, aren't they?
It's very kind of you, Craig, I've got to be honest. You've helped me out, mate. Yeah, listen, we went to Solihull and I picked a team that was going to be organised and well drilled, and I've come here today and I've probably put a youngster in an area where I felt he got isolated. I spoke to Dave Stevens and Manny Parry and said that they're hanging him out to dry. I felt that he looked lost at times and they put it right on us. And for me, yeah, you're right, Sorba has been fantastic. Goes to Aldershot, goes to Huddersfield, played away from home many a times. But maybe I should have stayed in the game a little bit longer. Maybe I should have been a little bit more well-drilled and more resolute in terms of, it's an FA Cup tie. It's going to be frantic for the first 45, 60 minutes, and maybe when the game settles, then we open it up and bring on the likes of Sorba and Shabu. But it wasn't meant to be. I'll learn from it. I've got to take it on the chin. I'm big enough and ugly enough to do so. But it's just frustrating that the 11 that went out there didn't deliver on their performances. And I felt that their 11, like I said yesterday, their 2 arms, their 2 legs, and their 11 players are better than ours.
Southport, as we've mentioned before, have struggled this season, but they seem to be playing out there as a side who are enjoying not having the pressure of relegation fight on them.
Listen, they're an underdog. They're an underdog when it comes to today, even though that they've been in the National League and they've got a status with regards to playing at that level. There's an underdog playing against us, and I felt that they ramped their performance up. Were they always going to give an extra 30%? That's a given. It's the FA Cup. Of course they are. Why wouldn't we? Well, why wouldn't they? We done it against Blackpool, and we went to another level when we played Blackpool. And for me today, yeah, we didn't play like a Bournemouth side. Didn't play like a team that I put out. I felt that we were doing indecisive things. Our organisation was poor. We looked rubbish on the breakdown, and them things really annoy me because I feel that that's something that we have a base on. And I look at Solihull, speaking to you afterwards, and we've gone to a team that sit 5th in the National League that have lost 2 games in a year, being Hartlepool and Eastleigh. And we go there and we look resolute, we look organised, we look well drilled. And today we look so open. It's isolated at times. I felt that, like I said, I thought Sampson was magnificent. I thought he was the best player on the park by a country mile, him and Morgan. And normally I look at my 3 centre-halves to go and deal with a Danny Wright, a Jermaine Hilton, an Ada Youssef, and today they couldn't deal with Sampson.
But were these supporters who made the 360-mile round trip today, and they were excellent, weren't they?
Oh, awesome. I apologise. I've got to be honest, I was going to go over there, but then the crowd come on the pitch, I don't want to be confronted by a Southport fan, so I made my exit. But listen, I can only apologise. They've travelled up here, spent their hard-earned cash to get onto the coaches. The chairman's obviously gone and delivered in terms of getting them free entry into the ground, and for me, I'll be I'll be extremely livid if I'm a Bournemouth fan today, because we didn't have an identity today. I got to be honest, I didn't feel that we had a purpose to our play. We didn't look like we had a freedom in the final third. I felt we huffed and puffed, and it was nowhere near the level we set. So, like I said, I can only apologise to the fans. I wanted the cup run as much as they did. I wanted us to go to a Coventry like we did last year, or recreate a Blackpool like we did last year, but unfortunately we didn't. But I spoke to the boys, and that's about reaction. We can either implode and fall in, or go from here. And we know what we want to do this year and how we set out our game plan and where we're going with that. And for me, the reaction starts Monday. It's a long old journey back to the south, and there's a lot of thinking time. So, like I said, they were fantastic today, like they are every single week when they travel. But I can only apologise.
As those supporters, they've been given plenty of moments over the past few years, the past few months, and they know that they'll get plenty more moments in the future. And we now move on to the league, don't we?
You're doing me wonders tonight, you, by the way. Yeah, listen, I hope we can give them a lot of moments. We gave them Wembley last year, but that's in the past. I wanted to give them another moment. We didn't even score a goal from today, which is a big frustration of mine. I felt that we didn't even look like we had a goal in us. Set pieces, we look like we just amble up there. We don't have no agenda. And yeah, hopefully we have a lot more moments as a group. And I said to the boys, they're few and far between, so don't offer this one up. It's just Southport quite rightly go through to the FA Cup second round, and if they pluck a big boy being a Portsmouth, a Sunderland, Peterborough away, whoever it may be, that's a great day out for them. And I wanted that for our fans. I wanted that for my football club and my chairman, but unfortunately that wasn't the case today. And yeah, I've got to take it on the chin. I'm big enough and ugly enough to do so, and I'll get to work come tomorrow with regards to Ebbsfleet on Saturday.
An important week's work then this week?
Yeah, I need the boys out there. I need a focus to us. I need to get that performance out of the way. And yeah, listen, for me they're a good group. We're not a poor group overnight. We went to Solihull last week. We were 6 unbeaten prior to today. It's an FA Cup run. It's an FA Cup game, and you never know what's going to be thrown out. And like I said, the form guy goes out the window. Would I have preferred us to be a little bit more professional, a little bit more well-drilled? Of course I would. And that's saying that I have to take on the chin in terms of learning from what I selected, the personnel and people in key areas, and yeah, I'll assess where I felt that we needed to be better. And like I said, I'll go back to work tomorrow and focus for Ebbsfleet.